Hey guys, Allison here with Vale Roots Farm. Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Today is going to be a super short video because honestly, it is lunchtime at this moment and I just have a few minutes. My husband is watching our little toddler, but I didn't want to forget to show you guys this really cool development. So for a Mother's Day gift, my husband gave me the VEGO composter. I think that's how you pronounce the company name. It's VEGO. Obviously, this is not sponsored, but it's right here. I'm going to show you it, but I just wanted to give you a little blurb. We just set it up. It's been a little bit, but finally unboxed it, got everything settled. It was super easy. I really wanted to film this setup for you guys, but I just didn't have time. I apologize for that. Again, chasing around a toddler. But I wanted to show you the first session, first composting session. We had a bunch of different stuff in here. It was all food scraps. There is a lot of information on their website, and it was in the packet that we got with the composter, over what can go in, that's limited, and then what can't go in. And it is just this beautiful little countertop machine. I have always had super tiny kitchens that basically had like one tiny little thing, and never had enough room for something like this. My last kitchen for 7 years, and even as a cook, my last kitchen was like basically a little hallway. So this is the biggest kitchen I've ever had. It took me 35 years, but finally. And so this actually works. And I wanted to just say this would be a great solution for someone with who's living in an apartment, who doesn't have area to have a compost, who maybe can't pay. I know that there's like a lot of different people, a lot of different programs that will pick up your compost for you, but maybe if you can't afford that, or if you don't have a community garden, or you're just wanting to not throw away all your food scraps. I personally have it's never set well with me to throw out my food scraps. One, it makes your garbage stinky and heavier. And two, it's like, oh my gosh, this can be so good for our garden, or for someone else's garden if you don't have time or the resources or the space to garden at the moment. But again, you still want to do something and still want to help. Again, I don't know the price because this was a gift. I can't double check, but again, it's quick search on their website. And I just wanted to show you, so the point of this video is to show you what this first session likes. There's a few different settings on there, and the setting that we did was the VEGO setting. Now this is like a fairly composted setting. Sorry to keep using that word. Fairly composted setting where you can put it in your garden. It is the VEGO setting. And yeah, it's our first time using it. Again, it maybe took 10 minutes while I was like watching my daughter set it up. So probably 5 minutes for someone who wasn't doing something else. And it took about 24 hours, and you download the app, and the app is on your phone, and it has a timer. So it shows you, the countdown over how long your mixture is going to take. So I just wanted to show you, give you a peek into what it looks like. And again, this was a pretty big mix over the last 2 or 3 days. I make all of our meals from scratch. We maybe eat out once a month if family's in town, but we really don't eat out very much. So we have a lot of food scraps. I get a lot of fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. So there's a lot of apple cores and banana peels. And I'm even doing an experiment right now over having banana peels in like 3 different containers with spring water. Because I know that's a huge trend, like watering with banana peel water. And my daughter is really going through bananas, and we eat a bunch of bananas a day. So I'm trying out that experiment as well, just to cut down on food waste, and also see if we can make some, homemade free amendments for our garden. If you've tried the banana water, please let me know, because I know people say like, oh, it's because bananas are high in potassium. But when you actually look at how much potassium is in bananas versus like brassicas and leafy greens and all this stuff, there's really not that much potassium. So I don't know if it's necessarily potassium or if it's just the composted breakdown in the water. You know what I mean? So I would really, I would love to talk to someone who could do, an analysis of that water, the first day, second day, different temperatures, that sort of thing. But that's me being a geek. But anyway, let me show you what our food scraps look. And after our first session, again, this is the VEGO setting for the VEGO composter. Hey guys, editing Allison here, and I just had a really good idea as I was watching the video. Sorry, my daughter is playing behind me. This would also be really good if the price is a little frightening, which, you know, that's why it was a gift for my husband on Mother's Day. But because, you know, because of the space and the size of it, even though it's not too big, but again, a lot of people have limited counter space in their kitchen or somewhere to put it. This might be also a really good purchase if you have multiple roommates or if you have a next door neighbor who also wants to save their food scraps, and you could go in together and buy it, and one of you could have it, whoever has the most counter space, and you could go in together even with 3 people, like on the same street, you know, or in the same apartment, or like I said, roommates. That is just an idea I had as I was editing. I was like, oh my gosh, like when I had, because I had, oh gosh, I've had roommates since I was 18 through like, what, 33 maybe? And then my husband moved in. So like I've always had at least like 2-3 roommates. So I feel you if you do, and you are trying to compost, but you don't have the space, or there's not a community garden set up or whatever. But it might be a really good, like I said, it might be really good if you want to go all in with some friends who maybe live nearby, or you can like, you know, catch up once a week and everyone can bring like their bucket. But yeah, I just think it would be a great idea. Anyway, okay, that's all. Okay guys, so it's gonna be a little jerky here because I'm holding my camera with the other hand, but if you can see, there's the lock and then the unlock here, and it goes, it's kind of, it's a little stiff. I might have to use 2 hands. Hold on. Okay, I actually did have to use 2 hands, but look at that, guys. How cool is that, right? Whoa. And there is, oh, sorry to unfocus. There is some, there is a filter that goes in the back. My nose is pretty sensitive, so I could smell it a little bit, but honestly, I've always had compost in my kitchen, so the smell of the composted food didn't really bother me too much. And yeah, it's really, really not strong. It's just like a charcoal filter that they have, but you can see the max line right here. We filled it up maybe halfway, and that's what it turned into. So I'm super excited to just put this in the garden, read about how to add those amendments, probably bury it in the garden. The only thing I'm worried about, because I've seen a lot of people say this, like, oh, just bury your scraps in the garden. Well, we have chipmunks and squirrels and rabbits. We have a whole lot of critters who already love digging in our beds and digging in our garden. So I'm a little nervous to just dig, to put just like whole scraps, you know what I mean? But if you have any ideas, I'd love to hear them. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys this, super interesting. Again, it is an investment. Let me show you how it is on the counter here. It is an investment, and they do come with these tabs. But for someone who's really, really into composting, and we do have 2 different compost pits outside, one in the sun and one in the shade that's closer to our house for when there's snow on the ground. But yeah, that's more like cold compost, kind of just like throwing everything together, but I digress. But anyway, so yeah, this is just one option. I'm super happy to have it though, because it will cut down on the smell, and, you know, just to experiment with our own garden amendments, you know what I mean? But again, composting can be done in so many different ways, but just thought I would show this option for anyone who's interested. Pretty happy with it, and I'll keep you guys updated on what we do in the garden with it. Okay, you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are, however you are. Bye.